Welcome to Enchanted Tarot. This is for the sign of Cancer for the month of March, or from the time you view this video. It is a general reading, and so that being said, it may or may not resonate with you. If it doesn't, check your other placements. Your messages could be there. If not, simply check back in the following week when I put out new messages for your sign. Okay, so let's go right to the center here. And what we have is this card of punishment, the Nine of Wands. It is, you can see that he's wrapping that bandage around his head. It's a card of covering up a wound, but not necessarily healing it. Okay. Now, we also have the white dress, and the white dress is keeping up appearances. So it could be many things. It could be pretending to be happy when you're not, pretending to be innocent when you're not, pretending everything is okay on the surface when you know it's not. And that just kind of fits this card here. And so whoever's, keeping up appearances here, whoever's covering up the wound, they're wondering now, there's an awareness here, especially with death and rebirth here. It's like a dawning awareness. Okay. That's, something needs to change. You can't continue like this. And so that is the central issue here. Now, what we see, what has caused it is something got spilt. Something got spilt in this family here, okay, or in this commitment, or between yous. And we have the Three of Cups in reverse on that. I feel like this was a long-term commitment, that you were together for quite some time. A truth came out. Some truth got spilled, something that somebody was trying to hide, and it could have been, there could have been, very possibly, a third party in this relationship that, caused this disruption. But, I'm going to say, because I'm hearing that it wasn't, the third party is what the problem led up to, because the problem could have been that somebody was emotionally manipulative, or they just fell out of love, It feels like, yeah, see, we have the apple, and it was given to me in reverse. So I feel like there were consequences for this, whatever happened, or that someone is suffering the consequences of these, of the action of that page being in reverse, or of the third party. The relationship is struggling, and it's like you stay in it, just covering up the wounds. And I say wounds because you have the card of history. So this could be, it could be that there's a history of behavior, or that you suspect there's a history of this type of behavior. Like, you find out about it, and maybe you start wondering, well, maybe pieces start falling into place, like, and you're wondering, well, is this the first time? And I don't think so. I don't think so. And you're wondering now where you truly belong at this point. There's a sense of foreboding with the eye. The intuition tells you that this is not the first time, And you have the this card of drunkenness. You have it in reverse. So, like in the upright, it speaks to that type of woe is me energy. and you keep, pouring it on, drinking from that cup. But this card says you can choose. You can choose to get out of that energy. You don't have to stay in this energy. This is your choice, Again, we see a third wheel here with the juggler. One is empty. And so it's coming with the skull. And the skull is that reality check. It can be a sudden change in thinking. And this person is thinking. They're thinking about what to do about this situation. You could have even, or for someone, may have noticed, and that could have been the first sign that you noticed your partner changed their status on the internet, on the social network. And of course, they would have said it was just an error, an oversight, a mistake. It's all these little things that once you find out about this, it's like the pieces start to fall into place. And you're examining the contents of the cup. What's in the cup? What's left in the cup? You're questioning, do I really belong here anymore? You don't like the hand that you have been dealt, clearly here, and you are thinking of changing direction. You are either married to this person or it's like a marriage. You could be questioning your belief now about this marriage or union. So here we have you assessing whether it's worth it to put any more time into this. Okay? You have the glove. This is the feel or the fit of something. You have this 5 of coins in reverse. And the 7 of Pentacles. So you could be having difficulty. You're going over in your heart and your mind the feel and the fit of this relationship. You're hurting. You've been covering up these wounds. Should you put more effort, more time into this? And with that 5 of Pentacles, you're having difficulty to move away from this situation because of the emotional connection here. The cup is still upright. So clearly you may still love this person, but it's struggling. Maybe they do not. Or I could be vice versa. There's something here that you need to do, and it has to do with a new beginning. And you are preparing for it in the mind. You have a card of training here. So you're preparing perhaps or thinking of having a conversation, or this is just a simple thoughts about planning to do something that with the Toad, it's like something you don't particularly like to do. You don't see, and you see you're having difficulty here to move away, so you don't particularly like the idea of having to do this, but in doing it there is luck, okay, that of course you cannot see. There's going to be in your immediate future, I feel there's an argument here. There's an increase in the arguments, the fighting. This is going to make you begin to think, I think it's because of that increase in the arguments. And this particular argument here, there's a big one, that is going to have you thinking, you know, I need to change things. I can no longer ignore this or let this slide. I can no longer live like this, you know, continuously covering up these wounds. And although you don't like to do this, you are preparing for it here in the future is what I see. Your overall energy is death and rebirth. Like the future right now for you, because clearly you don't really want to do this, you're still very much attached here. There's an emotional connection here. So it can be very terrifying and frightening for you to face this change in your life, okay? And this card is asking you to just stop and breathe. That now is not the time to worry about the long-term future. You are supposed to focus on the immediate future, the coming days and weeks, okay? Don't worry about the long term. Give yourself time to adjust to these changes that are happening around you before you make any long-term decisions. Don't panic. Focus for now on your short-term future. The rest is going to become clearer once your emotional and mental state has settled, and it will not settle if you are in a constant worry about a possible future that you might not even want anymore once you've stopped the grieving and worrying, and once you have been reborn. Because here we see a lot of worry, but you should not be worried because you have the sun. I thank you for watching, for liking, and for sharing my videos, and for subscribing. Also, thank you to everyone who has sent in a donation. It is greatly appreciated. Many blessings.